to Phasma and Jaren's 5-minute reviews. The Clone Conspiracy. The Clone Conspiracy is one of the game-changing stories that has been shown from the beginning of the series. The clones being written off from service by the Imperials and the Empire. It's a clone-centered episode, and probably my favourite out of the 3 clone-centered stories without the Bad Batch in Series 2. One of the main positives of the series is that I am feeling for the clones, and this episode follows on from the Chauchi clone in making this message, because there's so many characters that are clones, and you kind of worry for them when they're targeted by this assassin, which I'll explain in a bit. I love following specific clones like we see with Cade and Slip, and then being tracked down by the clone assassin on other ramparts. All this, which I've just mentioned. I feel sad for the 2 clones, but it's interesting to see how far Rampart will go to cover Kamino's destruction back in Kamino Lost. So I think it's really important to showcase the negatives of being on the Empire and what happens if you cross Emperor Palpatine. Jennifer Hale as Riyo Chauchi is one of my favourite things about this episode. I love the fact that she leads the attempts to stop the Stormtrooper program bill from going into effect. I felt for her through several moments in this episode, as she definitely was in danger because she was exposing Rampart, and I think it's important to know the fact that Riyo will stop at nothing to save the clones, and that's the main focus of her character in the Bad Batch. I love the set scenes as viewers got to experience more of the Imperial Senate. The opposition on both sides was impressive, as we saw the good guys, which consist of Bail Organa, and of course Sansa Family, and of course some people who are supporting the Empire. It was impressive to see that both sides have a point on the existence of the clone troopers, and I think that's why it makes a big difference to see the Senate scenes. The sequence of the clone assassin, yes, now we're getting to him, were terrifying, especially when he attempts to kill Riyo. It definitely showed shades of a spy story like Spyfall from Chauchi, and of course Guns of Hire, which I've previously reviewed on the channel. I've also previously reviewed Spyfall as well, so I'll put the links in the description for you to check those reviews if you want to see. The last scene is scary, and it's great to see Rick's back when he saves Riyo, and is revealed to be the contact that Slip was gonna meet before he was assassinated. The interrogation scene was an intense scene, and I'm like, what? I don't know why, but the clone assassin refusing and berating the good guys before ending his life with a suicide shock, I believe, showing that these guys have no remorse for what they're doing. And this definitely is a huge important thing to know. The Clone Conspiracy is definitely that episode that brings something different. I think it's still one of the most intense episodes of the Bad Batch in that series, and it continues a trend that we've been seeing throughout Series 2. It sets everything in motion for truth and consequences, and it's just an episode that I think is well written. I hope you enjoyed this 5-minute review. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasma and Jaren's and stay tuned for